Hello there YouTube, hello there internet, welcome back to the Hermit Gamers playthrough, a solo hardcore playthrough of X-Men Legends 2 using our boy Cyclops, he with the trap, he with the beams. Happy to let anyone who would even be interested take a look at the build once we get in there, but first we have to get in there. This has been a butter smooth run with Cyclops. We're on the last quest in Act 3, no deaths, just taking it slow and steady. Very little challenge at all, really. Some of the areas that I thought were going to be challenging, just fine. The boss fight in the Infinite Factory, probably the most stressful fight we've had so far in terms of boss fights, but ultimately we prevailed and we weren't particularly tested or anything. So let's get in there and let's get into the Magi Temple, the last stage of Act 3.
Let the games begin.
Oh, and if anyone is wondering, X-Men Legends, old abandonware action RPG, you can literally grab it yourself for nothing. Oh, hold on, I need to get the mission briefing, or possibly even talk to Angel first to prompt the Professor X dialogue.
I just received
there we
to
go.
reach. I look for.
Alrighty. Now we should be able to travel to the temple. I really hope so, because I don't want to have to run all the way back there to go to the mission briefing. Blah blah. Now, this area, not a lot of CC. There are hounds, but so you know, yeah, hounds are CC, but not the kind of CC that just like, you know. Wow, that hound just did not respect the trap. He just ran straight through it.
Blasphemers, you are vile.
So basically, enemies in this, like, as far as the challenge of this act, of this particular mission in this act, not particularly scary. Hounds are always dangerous, of course, but how do I? Yeah, okay. I changed all my hotkeys, by the way.
Amazing. You think the book I got
Sit,
Let's keep moving.
But yeah, so the enemies in this, basically just more health, more damage. That's always a nice little trick. So you can, your radials will just go straight through a destructible wall. We just, like, we don't really need to do that sort of cheese to get through here, but it's still fun. Ah, the music.
Nice try, punk.
Yeah, the trap is just doing us an absolute treat. Dogs. Grab some of those extreme tokens. That would be nice. Just let. You know what?
I'd need more energy for that.
Bro, just destroy my trap. If they melee like anywhere near the trap, they will destroy the trap. Don't even worry about that. Is this guy just stuck?
My target's down.
I'm good with that. But yeah, so little differences like enemies on this episode can open doors. And as you can see, our ability to kite starts to become an issue in these like narrower areas, because yeah, either we need to set the trap up like well ahead of time,
Let's keep moving.
or the enemies will just destroy the trap by meleeing near it. But it's not that dangerous. It's just, you know, well, this is, I didn't realize there were 3 freaking hounds there. Hounds are always dangerous, especially in big numbers. If 3 hounds slow you, like, you might never come unslow it, but I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, they might just slowly chip you down and wear out your potions. Probably not 3 of them when you've got 26 potions, but they could certainly put a dent in them. So, a lot of kiting, a lot of just trap placement, which can get quite tricky on some of these scrappier maps. And then of course there's stuff like this we have to deal with where we just kind of get rushed from right from the off. Yeah, look at the slow. It's so bad. And that's just like one instance of slow. I'm pretty sure they can stack it up. Or at least the duration stacks. Because once it starts stacking up, like, it's so hard to get unslowed because you too slow to get away from them. And, you know, too slow to kill them, so they just keep slowing you. Yeah, beautiful, perfect. Come on. And we just take it slow and steady, as the saying goes.
Who's next?
You know, it's like just a pack of those jerks. We could probably just bash our way through them easily enough. The problem is like, but then what if that attracts a hound? What if there's a boss pack? What if they're really fast? Let's just take every fight like it's a serious fight. Like when I'm in the mood to do that, that's just when I get shit done in this game. Because it's like I say, if this looks easy, it's because what I'm doing right now is easy. You know, 99% of the game is easy. And it's easy until you die. And you just had that moment of like, oh wow, I just got like 100 to 0 when I was in like, you know, full recline mode. And yeah, at this point, I kind of want to go for more visor upgrade because that buffs all 3 of my offensive skills. The thing is, like, this is going to really start to fall off if I never put points in it. But we just don't have, like, the points. Like, you know, this is the problem with Scott. And, like, I think Scott is one of the best characters to take through this game solo because the trap is so strong. And because the range advantage is extremely strong. But his tools are, like, you know, they're tactical rather than being, you know, brute force oriented. Tactical, like, setups with traps and things like that.
I don't have enough power to do that.
Kiting and baiting and so on, rather than just, you know, kind of going in and just smashing everything, like mitigating lots of damage and dishing out huge amounts of damage. And, you know, his damage is not terrible, but it's just like, it's very conditional. And yeah, you're never gonna have his damage skills, even though they're not like world-beatingly amazing. Like, you're gonna really struggle with the points on them because he's just, he's just so point hungry because this costs so much to max, because this costs so much to max. Like, this is kind of this is where like most the good characters are like maxing their damage skills. And it's like, oh well, even if it does less damage, it so look, a way I've seen people build Scott is like you go with this, you go with this, and you go with this. So you cover 3 elements of damage. You have this for single target because like this scale's okay for single target. The problem is it's damage over time. But damage over time is still it's pretty energy efficient. The problem with going that way is in a solo context, this ability is slow. This ability is not. This ability only gets faster. So if I need to like stick and move, like see how quick that is? That's a lot of freaking dogs. Now, I love Scott's ultimate. It's so satisfying to use. Oof. Alright. Sometimes the game just... really needs you to like put the foot down and go nuts on it. So one of the nice things about this level is like, you're not going to see it in this room, but generally speaking, good amount of pickups. If you do get low on like alt charge or whatever, you can just like extreme tokens as they call it in this game. You can kind of just go around destroying some stuff, get it all back. Punk.
This one's out.
That music is freaking epic. Boop, boop, boop. On your priest like you can't. Fuck off. Munt. Yeah, you wanna go? Munt. Yeah, they just do not give a shit about the trap. No respect for it whatsoever. Alright, where'd you come from? Oh, this is where Emma is.
Could you possibly make any more noise as you blunder about? I've just discovered 3 machines, and that's how... No offense.
So, now we gotta break some shit. I'm always fine with that. Breaking shit is fun. I'd like to get the loot from our fight. Thank you, Emma. Freaking jerk. Huh?
My target's down.
Yeah, okay, before I go this way, I kind of want to just go back the other way. I'm fairly sure there's literally just like a tech station or something, like tucked away in that little corner there. But yeah, Scott's been doing this has just been a butter smooth run. Part of it is like,
Nice try, punk.
so something that sucks in this game, and the reason why I kind of ran in there, is like you can't really shoot stuff when you're above it. So Yeah. You either have to just kind of show your face and then kite back and pull it. And I just wasn't in the mood for that. I knew I could just bash my way through them without having to think about it too hard. But yeah. Alright. So I'm trying to get some distance between them and me before I put the trap down. Give me a bit of knockback. That was weird. How it like went super fast after like being super slow. But you see, oh, these guys are gonna be like absolute.
Let's keep moving.
Grubs.
I don't have enough power to do that.
But yeah, this guy, so part of it is like I'm having a much more butter smooth run with Scott just because like I haven't played this game. Particularly trying to do like, I've tried every, because I used to do it quite often. And I've tried to do it a couple of times on my YouTube channel like over the years. And both attempts kind of ended badly and I just kind of didn't have the fire under me at that time to be like, oh, okay, well, I failed. Let's literally just, you know, Act 1, Quest 1 it, go right back to the start, and just get it done. This is the first time I've done that, and I did that with Colossus, and I kind of like had to relearn a decent amount of like, oh, okay, yeah, this is why you take this area seriously, you know. Uh-oh.
Was that your best shot?
You learn what to take seriously, like that aura, for example. That aura is extremely freaking dangerous. And it's like, can I fight? Can I like win against that aura and save my ultimate? Possibly. Possibly. Can I die against that? 100%. And what do we got here? Electrical. Damn, I would love to have that on a melee fighter. That would be amazing. Yeah, but I saw Elite. Where did that go? Ah, here it is. Alright. Yeah, so this is like very high level. Add damage piece. Very nice. It's like he would not have destroyed that trap except because I save for the fact that I was standing there.
Nice try, punk.
And this is where it can start to get a little bit tricky because we've got the resurrectors there. And you have to try to like, you know, you can't just like slowly like inch forward sniping everything. This is when like this can come in quite handy, just that little stun, giving you time to like put a trap down and get a better stun. Because otherwise, if you just put the trap down in front of like quote unquote live enemies, the odds that they will just destroy it are a lot. Now you can always run back And because we've got that item that gives us extra speed, you know, we can actually like kite away from enemies unless they're like super fast. Which is why we are concerned about fast enemies. And concerned about things like this. Like, these guys can open doors. That makes them so much more dangerous than, like, you know, enemies that have to just stay on the other side of the door until you're ready to do whatever you want to try and do. But this corridor area is pretty safe.
This one's out.
Oh, I thought there was an energy pot on the ground there. I don't like this guy. Ah. Très fabulous. Yes, I will do that every single time I find a piece of gear with that name. Likewise, incroyable.
Let's keep moving.
Stone cold, Scott. There's going to be some really awful stuff in here. Let's see if we can just bait them out. I have said it before, but Scott is a master of baiting. I hear a tech station, but I'm pretty sure it's over there somewhere. This map kind of spirals out, so that's going to be the next like layer of it. Yeah, that door will open later. Ooh, 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 ooh. I see scary, scary freaking aura.
This one's out.
Yeah, there he is.
I'd need more energy for that. Who's next? Was that your best shot?
You can see, like, I barely take damages, Scott, and that's because, like, by this point in the game, it's like, you can't really afford it. Like, you can afford to, like, brawl it out with one person like that, but in a situation where, like, basically, it's too easy to get burst down now. Like, we do have a decent amount of health, though. I will say that, because we don't need any other stat point but health and focus. But that does make us kind of weak to some damage types. So if we deny them a sightline, they'll just run towards us like idiots. And it's the most satisfying thing.
Yes, the next level.
Because that room would have been horrible to deal with otherwise. But this is how you have to play Cyclops, like. I don't know, maybe I could do a solo with Scarlet Witch. It's just like, look, you can finish this game solo with every character, even the absolute worst. It's just
This one's out. Flee while you can.
like, the possibility that the game will just throw some kind of no-win situation at you, and they do exist, no matter how carefully you play them. But the odds that the game will do that just become like progressively more the weaker your kit is, because the easier it is for the game to construct a no-win situation where they're just standing there.
Oh, sorry about that.
They just crave death or something. What? It's very strange. Oh wait, hold on. I've got to go to that altar and like make an offer or something. I don't know. I could be wrong, but yeah, let's not fuck this up and have to come all the freaking way back here. I lose my mind. Bruh, break, please. Out of my way. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Yeah, so back this way. The room will be open. Got to smash the mini Cerebro. Then we shall carry on our merry way. But yeah, I don't know. So like, Wanda's problem. She doesn't have even this quick stun. She doesn't have anything that's like...
Who's next?
Yeah, she doesn't have anything that's as useful as that. She doesn't have anything as useful as the trap. Her primary ranged attacks are like slow-moving projectiles that are extremely freaking difficult to lead and aim. So realistically, using them at extremely long range is, you know, you just kind of throw them down angles and hope. They don't do particularly good damage. They throw extremely slow. She has really bad animations. She has no way to put melee damage on her melee attacks. So like, all the characters in this game that like struggle for damage, but like, you know, they have other shit in their kit that just like works. Like Storm, for example. Like Storm has big AoE CC. She has an ult that makes her invincible. You know, like that alone is enough to finish the game, but where she's going to struggle is like killing bosses and stuff, and all you do is you just build her to beat the shit out of stuff in melee by just adding a bunch of like lightning damage to her melee attacks, and like legitimately it will make her DPS like top tier if you build it right. And that's true of Iceman, it's true of Jean, it's true of pretty much all the casters. Bishop, Gambit. But not true of Magneto, which doesn't matter because Magneto's kit is absolutely monstrous and he doesn't need the help. Not true of Scott. And like Wanda does have an ability that kind of like, you can sort of build Wanda as a melee character, it's just not very good. I would even say that like you kind of have to build Wanda as a melee character if you actually want to do damage with her. She has a radial that does okay damage, but it's really close range and it has an extremely slow animation.
Oh, sorry about that.
I was just about to say, is this room like cleared of bombs yet? Where is this? Why are you running? Anyway, we gotta press some buttons in here. Do some things. we're just passing. You know, we know each other. We go way back. Alright. Where'd that bad boy open? I think it's at the end here. Love me a tech station. But yeah, Scott's biggest weakness is just lack of skill points. Obviously, weakness is like, you know, he's not super tanky. He doesn't have any great way to like mitigate damage or make himself invincible or anything like that.
I can't do that.
Scott, why are you doing me like that? We have to go back to sell stuff. Fine, I need the money.
Hi again. What can I get you?
We want to hold on to
There's a
that.
lot to choose from, huh?
Shake that, shake that, shake that healthy waistband. Oh, très fabuleuse. Not doing too bad for energy. And obviously have gotten a level up at some point, which I just didn't really pay attention to. Alright, can't buff the ult. Alright, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's gotta be this. This is two-shotting enemies, and there's no way like putting one more point in it is gonna make it one shot. But at some point, it may get to the point where it's needing to three-shot, and that's kind of what I want to avoid, if possible. Yeah, I don't actually need to know what I'm doing there. Could jump in the danger room, try to get some extra EXP, but it's all good. This is that guy who just did not want the smoke, and he still didn't want the smoke. Shot him in the back. What is... Where? Where are they going? They have a convention or something? Is it their curfew? Look, look! Another one just pops out. Freaking Jack-in-the-Box. Goddamn wind-up toys. Now we need to go get the we need to get a Duva and put it on a thingy. We've been through what a Duva is. It could even possibly be a Duva lacquer. I don't know. I'm not an expert.
Oh, sorry about
I
that.
have a lack of knowledge. Can't sleep on the dad jokes. Freaking jerk just resurrects the other jerk. Yeah, I'll take that. So like we break all this stuff, and we just end up with like all the extreme tokens, all the energy. Where does the dog come from?
Who's next?
I mean, it's fine, it's one dog, but like, where did he come from? nice and safe. Just a little bit of baiting here. Masterful baiting as always. I like breaking all of like Apocalypse's shit. It just pleases me. Like, hey, oh, you have all these like stupid shit. The chairs don't even match. Like, where is he? Like, he buys the furniture for his temple on like fucking Gumtree. It just picks up whatever's free. Like free fucking chair in Egypt or some shit. Like, no, this is Canada. This is like fucking. This is the ancient temple in fucking Canada. He goes around getting all these Craigslist like non-matching fucking Canada chairs. It's like you want to conquer the world, you can't even fucking buy matching chairs. I do love that there's like dynamic lighting. That's so cool. I don't know how they did that though.
The blasphemers.
Step into my office. It's impossible to have a bad time in this act. Even though dogs are like one of the most dangerous enemies in the game, there aren't enough of them to really be threatening. Like, don't get me wrong, you can definitely get in trouble in this act, but not this early. Not this act, but rather this mission. Not here. The boss fight can be a little bit stressy, especially if you don't have a lot of damage, which, guess what Scott doesn't have? Boop, 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 boop. That's a lot of dogs. Cha-chong.
Nice try, punk.
Look at the knockback on that, it's so good. This is why I say Scott has one of the best ults in the game. Like, don't get me wrong, there are ults that are so much stronger, like Colossus's ult that just gives you almost like a minute of invincibility and double damage is just like, oh, okay. Like, whatever work you can do with like Scott's ult, you can just do that for like almost a full minute with Colossus's ult. Like, just a full minute of like room clearing, wiping boss maps, whatever, you know, whatever. Like, you're almost certainly going to get a couple of fights out of it, especially on like really high difficulties, like when you go through in the hard difficulty. We are playing on hard, by the way. Well, we're playing on normal, but it goes normal, hard, and hard is like
Oh, sorry about that.
hard is like a scaling like replay of the game where all the levels are increased for the enemies, which I will do them. But honestly, they're not as hard as normal. Well, actually, it might be harder for Scott. It would be easier for Colossus. Basically, it's easier for the strong characters. But Scott can definitely do it.
My target's dead.
We just don't want them coming anywhere near us. If it can be avoided.
This one's out.
They're so good at like hiding the dogs behind the turrets. So like, man, they're shits.
I need more energy for that.
Like, they know the dogs are the threat. They're trying to bait you out by like, oh, there's a really annoying enemy who can like resurrect people. I'll go get him, and then psh, 2 dogs come out on you. Which is like, you know, when you're playing with 4 people, you don't even notice things like that.
Oh, Sorry about that.
Like, this game is very easy on normal difficulty with a full team. Like, you might occasionally have someone die, but you know, you're pretty much never gonna have your team wiped. Like, I don't even know how you could get your team wiped. Maybe if you were like just really bad luck with like getting a couple of people ledged or something after losing someone to burst damage. I don't know. Like, you could in theory have your entire team ledged by like one tyrant, but yeah, just get a little bit of space there.
Who's next?
And you know, we just kite him and shite on him. Give me money, give me item. Thank you. I appreciate your donations of both money and item. We desire both. Brr.
Let's keep moving.
I'm wasting energy on him. I don't know what this guy is, but he has a very scary aura, so he can just, you know, go away. Yeah, you can build most of the casters in this game to be melee characters, and they'll do more damage than they would as a caster. A couple of them even have abilities that like synergize with their melee buffs. They're not supposed to, but they do. Like Bishop has a kind of melee punch skill that synergizes with his energy-based melee buff, so it can literally, like, you know, two-shot bosses, like absolutely bonkers damage. And Sunfire and Pyro both have an ability like that as well. I think Bobby does too. Like, I think his Ice Sled counts as a melee ability, but I don't know. I've never really built around it because it's clunky to use. Oh yeah, can't be bothered doing that one now. We'll do that one later. And we need to book it out of here, so. Oh wait, hold on. So something cool this particular, because it's just such big map, almost like a walking simulator, is it opens these little trapdoors that like. We just want to keep them stunned so they can't break the trap, and then the trap kills them. But it's like they're the only abilities of Cycle Studies. This is for the fast beam, this for some ranged AoE, the trap for, you know, damage, CC, blah blah blah, and then this occasionally to like make a little bit of space, or, you know, stop things from breaking the trap. So we got these two sides to go through now, and then we are done here. And I'm not too scared. Okay, there's some scary fights in this section. Madam? Pardon?
Let's keep moving.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, there's actually no reason to come down here. Like, you can't do anything here apart from like maybe see a thing. Like, if you spin your camera around, yeah, you can see the homing beacon. Which, if I'd been good and actually gotten all the homing beacons, that would be a little EXP reward. But I don't know. Look, I usually do that in Act 1 because, like, a strong start snowballs. But unless I'm like still struggling by Act 3, you know, it's just like, could I be struggling in Act 3? 100%. But
Was that your best shot? Let's keep moving.
hounds with
I
like
this.
combo shields and stuff are so freaking dangerous because like they just get to exist for so long before you break the shield. But yeah, look, we got a good amount of body, so we're gonna start putting points into focus. All right, I suspect it is about that time. The EP cost goes up so much, and what you actually get for it is so minimal, but you just have to do it. It's like at a certain point, like you're putting into your skills, like not so that they get stronger, but so that they don't get weaker, or at least so that they don't get weaker too fast. And you can't really use
Nice try, punk.
beams and such on terrain like that. They're kind of dangerous, but let's just deny them the sightline. Ha ha ha! Incredible! Yeah, we actually want Incredible because even though the damage number is about the same, and plus 8 focus is really nice, all our base damage is energy anyway, so it's like if an enemy is resistant to energy, then we gain nothing from that. Like Scott is actually like really good in these big open areas. You just have to clear a corner or something. Like you can't just kind of run around the map the way that Colossus or someone would. We might get that on the way back. There's something else I need a flyer to grab as well, so yeah, I'm just gonna clear this side.
Sorry about that.
Because, as said, you know, we're missing XP rewards. I'm not doing like danger and quests. And oh, the flash plus beam is almost at a one shot. Ah, well, we can just go like flash beam punch.
My target's down.
So there'll be a big fight in the middle here. But we want to take it all like just a little bit at a time. And this is the classic. I'm such a grub with these hotkeys, like.
My target's down.
But yeah, we just kite, separate. And just have a nice life. And if we see anything like that we just don't like the freaking look of, we do that to it. But so when I say like, okay, Optic Rage is like one of the best skills in the game, because most AoE damage in this game is like that. It's a 360. Because his is like a forward-moving cone that also knocks people back, like 3 screens back, crazy knockback. you A, can use it on enemies like so far away, it's so freaking good. B, you can... Hold on.
Who's next?
Oh wait, who's... Did he res all of them? No, there's another one. Okay. Where is he? It doesn't matter. I just wanted to clear that area so like I have... Like if I were to run down there, I don't want to like, you know, walk into a fight. If I'm already kiting enemies back. So we just check all these little altars for the Duva. And there will be like a pissy little trap will go off. There's no way to know which one is. We just go around. Sometimes it's the second, sometimes it's the third, sometimes you have to do all of them.
You're not a believer of apocalypse.
Why are there so many of you? Like,
Who's next?
so yeah, here a flyer would be nice to go over there and get the data disk. We might grab one on the way back. We'll see. Don't know that I really care that much. Like as I said, there's a funny like little space where you can exist where like you're already in Act 3 and you're struggling, but one skill point and a few stat points might make a difference, you know? Like... The problem is the one with the combo shield. Oh yeah, so as if the trap wasn't good enough, it doesn't respect combo shields either. So it can actually kill them. The problem is it just doesn't keep them stuck there. So they'll usually just wander out of it before it can kill them. But still very cool, chips them down a lot.
Seize the non-believer.
Seize the non-believer.
Who's next?
Ah, there we go. See, I told you there's no way to know. Sometimes it's the first, sometimes it's the last. And sometimes it's any of them in between. But yeah, maybe we will grab a flyer. Nah, I'm not going to grab a flyer. I'm just going to run straight to the thing. Like, the data discs are nice, but it's more a, you know, like, because I've got a team's worth of pots
You'll go no
for one
further.
person. Oh, can I go around the corner? Can you please stop bothering me with strange people?
I failed the master.
Yeah, you have. Wait, what? You not want to freaking go down there.
Let's keep moving.
Out of here. Yeah, we want to go right to the end here, where there is no arrow. Because that's gonna make me run into hounds, which I love.
Nice try, punk.
Well, that was very, very sloppy. But there was nothing too scary. I could have thrown ults or something if I needed to. Alright, let's put the Duver on the thing.
Congratulations.
Yep. And gonna be some dickheads in here, I know.
Destroy the heretic.
Bonk. Did he say enjoy this moment? Because I plan to. Wait, there's a rare there?
I can't do that.
Me once, sorry. I refuse to offend the loot gods. I may not even be playing Diablo right now, but they will punish me if I offend them. They can't really punish me in this game because
Hi again. What can I...
the only time loot like desperately matters in this game is either
Luckily,
very
one
early
size
game
fits all.
or when you're playing with a full team. And when you're playing with a full team, good loot is like a win more, win harder proposition. Because you can literally have a full team with no loot whatsoever and just happily go through the game. You know, you're taking 1/4 of the damage, you're doing 4 times as much damage when you have 4 players. Everything becomes fairly easy. You also have things like, you know, if I have a damage buff, instead of applying to one person, it applies to 4 people. Stuff like that. That just has a kind of multiplicative effect. And of course, you have the fact that if 1/4 of your team dies, you don't lose.
Go no further.
Go no further.
Nice try, punk.
Yeah, we just want to keep these guys stunned. And then let the trap take care of them. And we just do like a lot of like cheeky kiting here and general like clearing of the sight lines. There's just a lot of these like lone grubs grubbing about. I freaking destroyed my trap like as soon as I lay it down. What an absolute twat.
You're not
You kind of have to play like a teensy bit more risky to just sort of make something happen against those jerks, because I can't just stand at the doorway shooting enemies and then they just res the enemies for free.
My target's down.
That's so tragic, we just can't quite. Yeah, that 2-shot combo doesn't seem like it's going to work on anything. Works on them, apparently. Very handy, actually.
Oh, sorry about that.
Because I'd like to be able to play a little bit more aggressively against the Resurrectors. guys can come all the way back here. I'm fine with that. Huh? Where did they come from?
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, sorry about that.
I don't have enough power to do that.
Yeah, see, like, in that situation, which kind of sucks, the only way I can really deal with her is by trying to use the polarized beam to, like, shoot through the other guys so they're not body blocking the damage. Yeah, I see there's a aura there. I heard someone walk into my trap there. Always nice.
This one's out.
Be gone. But you can see those, like, pokey, stabby boys, like, when they get one of their, like, little stabby combos on you, like, your health goes down. So now, you know, if there's, like, an aura or something around that's massively amping their damage and there's, like, 2 of them, they can just, like, stab you down to nothing so fast. Now, what do we got here? Ah, qualifying exam. Always nice. Free skill point.
Who's next?
I swear I pressed the button. Alright, just keep the stun, if possible.
Who's next?
Oh, that camera movement. Alright, you know what, if they're gonna be dickheads, they're gonna, like, run all over the place.
My target's down.
I was just going to, like, push through to here and then turn around and deal with them, but... How does that guy just literally come flying out of the fucking void just to body block for the resurrect? That was so annoying. Anyway, these fights are all fairly easy, so... Nothing to stress. We kind of just walk out of here at this point. And we kill anything that gets in the way. Ah, I've got a viewer. Hey there. This is a solo playthrough of X-Men Legends 2 with Cyclops, solo and hardcore. So if we die,
Keep moving.
back to the start. You can see I recently did one with Colossus, died a couple of times and had to restart. So it's like 18 hours of gameplay or something, really brutal. Alright. Yeah. Don't attack me. There you go. tanky.
Yeah, another believer in the back of the thing.
They're dickheads, by the way.
Sorry about that.
Oh, they just appear behind us. It's so annoying.
Yes, the next level.
Indeed, Scott. The next level. You tell them. Switch, and then we break this thing, and then we go get the thing, and then we take the thing to the thing, and then we do the thing, and then we do the do-over.
That's
There we go. All good. How does
Let's
the
keep
auto
moving.
targeting miss there? I can't, like, whatever. Many strange things are happening on this map. Enemies just like literally walking out of the freaking shadow realm in front of me. Oh well.
Destroy the heretics. Yeah.
No. Epic music in this act. Look at these freaking ne'er-do-wells. Go,
Nice try,
I don't know,
punk.
do something useful for society. I guess that's what they're trying to do. Following Apocalypse is sad, isn't it? Actually, hold on a second. We are done here. If I remember correctly, I believe now we just kind of walk on the boss. But I'll have to go home. I'll have to go back to my base. You know, the X-Wagon, the X-House, you know, whatever it is. To get some stuff. You know, juice boxy and stuff. Need blue juice boxies for the boss fight. So, let's do that. And I couldn't tell you how this boss fight's gonna go. It could go really
Hi
bad.
again. What can I get you?
The cuckoos, the stepping cuckoos, they just have a lot of CC and they clone themselves, and it's annoying. It's not a problem with Colossus because you kind of just one-shot them and you're invincible anyway, so what do
Luckily,
you care?
one size fits all.
Oh, très fabulous. Anyway, we'll see how we go with Scott. Scott's weak point is always the boss fights. Like, early game, he kind of trivializes, like, the early game boss fights as Scott was so... You just clown on them, like, you just kind of dance around them. You know, they have pretty simple attack patterns, and then you just kind of like have your way with them and kill them. There's nothing they can do about it. But as the boss fights go on and on and on, and the enemies get tankier and tankier and tankier, and you know your damage stops scaling quite so well, they become more of a slog. And the longer things go, you know, the more time there is for you to make mistakes and get messed up. In fairness, the boss fights in this game are generally not that lethal, and death is usually like a depressing affair of either, if your damage is really bad, particularly if you're solo, just flat running out of resources, running out of these potions.
Are these the ones with angered Apocalypse? Yes.
Which often occurs
Yes,
as a
really,
result
really,
of
yes.
like
No. This should be
really, really brutal chain CC. And then there's that's because that's one of of the freaking ghosts. Okay. I want to put that there. Wait, they're the ghosts. How does that not hit? The CC, the chain CC. Such good times. If I can kind of at least get most of them in like one spot, then I can actually like avoid some of these beams and not just get completely bullied by them. And also I can just I give him one of these and I give him one of those. Yeah, that made our life way easier. Extreme tokens, please. You can just chill there, lady. I'm fine with you existing for the time being. I want to go loot stuff. How do you avoid every shot, you absolute nuisance? Get out of here.
You dare disrupt the Prepare to die in the name of my lord, Apocalypse!
I'd need more energy for that.
Bro. Thank you.
Oh, sorry about that.
And yeah, really just abusing the range advantage here.
I steal your life force in the name of Apocalypse!
Oh, sorry about that.
Talk to him, Scott. We don't want this Gronk getting too close to us, because he's way more dangerous in melee. But what we can do is just get into a nice position for a cheeky ult.
Was that your best shot?
See, if you just do like a tight circle like that,
My
the AI
target's
does
down.
not know how to like predict where you're going. Oh, fucking auto aim. And last one, we can ult them both with 2 ults, just to like make our life a little bit easy.
I require your energy.
We might
My
be able to get a
target's
cheek into a
down.
trap here.
Impossible!
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Of Apocalypse!
I don't know.
The initial step for Cuckoo fight was the part that I was a little bit worried about, but the damage was just not there. And honestly, it was just a matter of like doing Scott things until we won. Used more energy than I would like, but also not too bad. So that's kind of where he's weaker. Like if you saw the Colossus playthrough and see how he treats those boss fights, like he just utterly disrespects them.
Hi again. What can I get?
Alright.
It's all in excellent condition.
Yeah, really nothing worth selling there, but... I guess, with that, we move on over to Act 5. Act 4. Act 4, zero bones about it. Act 4 is the most dangerous act in this game, and it's so bad, especially for someone like Scott. There's a lot of stuff that's like energy, very energy resistant, and when you play back through on like the kind of nightmare difficulty, basically energy immune. And these cutscenes love to make me think that the game is going to crash. Thus far, it has not crashed during a cutscene, thankfully. I probably should have saved just to like put my soul at peace before doing that, but it is what it is.
Welcome to my home.
Yes,
I
yes,
can
yes,
up those agree.
Gotta talk to her to unlock one of the quests.
Greetings, X-Man.
Greetings,
It's been
X-Man.
a while. To get a pop, well, there may be a solution. Look up some. Quite right.
Quite
Your
right.
best bet for entering New York City undetected would be
Go to the fucking
sewers.
sewers. You got to
There's
crawl
an
through the
entrance
filth.
near the mansion. If you'd like more, you're quite welcome, my friend.
You're quite welcome. So close to a level, it's kind of tempting to maybe just like smash a danger mission or two if we can.
Well, we made it back
Yeah,
to
let's
the
see what Forge has. He might have something like worth buying. Probably not. At this point, gear kind of
Any
takes care of
questions?
itself. Ah, super. Haha. Super. But yeah, at this point, gear kind of takes care of itself. Like you're just gonna find stuff that's very much worth equipping and generally be okay. You know, one of the things that is easier in this game when you're a solo is, well, you get to use all the potions yourself, you get to use all the extreme tokens yourself,
Quick, there's not
and
much
you
time.
get,
A group of
you know, all the
if
gear.
want
You obviously have first pick
If
of
you
all the gear. So we've got a mission here, we've got a mission in the sewers. The sewers are really dangerous. Those platforms are like less dangerous, but anyway, let's do this qualifying exam. Oh, this is defeat Sauron? I thought I'd done this one. Where is he? Where is my firstborn?
Cyclops. Stay focused, team. The training
Yeah, probably
course
just
has
wrap it
loaded.
up after
Make
this.
haste.
We'll see though.
I don't have enough power to do that. I'd need more energy for that.
We may be like a smidge over leveled for this. Now, what is he stunned?
Qualifying exam has been completed. Grade
I'll take it.
passed. Congratulations.
On ya bike, ya fucking dinosaur cunt. Oh, we got another qualifying. Alright. So Sugar Man is... even in the frickin' danger room, Sugar Man is a stressful fight, but... it's fine. Get that shit out of my face. Where's Cyclops? Where's my boy? Where's my firstborn?
Cyclops. Remember the plan, people.
Remember the plan, people. What's
You
the
may now
plan? The
begin
plan is
your course.
fucking don't die. Bonk. So he can knock you down with that freaking tongue. It's so dangerous because, like, he can like waddle along pretty freaking quick too when he wants to. And the general thing with this guy is like, just don't let him touch you. If he touches, like if he gets like a proper melee combo on you, you're just dead. And yeah, but he loves to sort of waddle. Like he'll try to knock you down with the tongue, and then he'll waddle after you.
Ha! Maybe you ought to sit this one out.
I give him one of these, and I give him one of those. Let's give him one of those. Alright. Let's give him one of these.
Qualifying exam has been completed.
Yeah, I
Grade
knew it.
passed.
I knew one of these would deal with
Congratulations.
him. I knew it wouldn't be one of those. And then what do we got here? We got survival, not interested. Destroy all barrels, defeat 40 enemies. Destroy all small urns, complete within one. Maybe. I don't think we really need any of these. Like, it's nice to get the EXP, it's nice to get the free stat points, the items, even if you just sell them, but we're doing fine. We're doing fine. Even these, like, couple of bonus skill points are, like, so gracious. Like, it's just like, oh, yes, thank you so much. Like, you can't not care about them. Because, like, you're putting them into skills that are, like, so high value for you. Whereas, like, if I'm playing Colossus at this point and I get free skill points, they're just going into some, like not useless ability, but something where it's like, ooh, it's passive resistances when I'm not using my ult, when I'm not invincible, I'll take less damage. That's really nice. Like, it is nice, but, like, Jesus, it's so low impact. It just doesn't feel that great to get those skill points. Whereas with this boy, it's like, oh yeah, I'll take the damage, I'll take the attack speed, I'll take, you know,
What can I get you?
all that stuff. So, yeah, let's just grab some energy packs, and I'll save here, wrap this up. I do want to do like a nice long stream and maybe get through like a good chunk of Act 4 tonight, assuming I don't die. Act 4 is so freaking dangerous. I don't even want to freaking, like, this run has been going so beautifully that I'm like protective of it, you know? I don't want it fucked with. And if any act is gonna fuck with it, it's gonna be this act. This act is so brutal. There's so much stuff that kills you. Anyway, you'll find out if you tune in and watch next episode, which will very likely be going up tomorrow. Until then, though, take care, internet. Take care, YouTube. Thank you to anyone who